Well, hello. This is Rochelle, and thank you for joining me here on the Creative Retreat YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to set up my 2023 Faith Planner, and well, there are no coincidences. They are all God incidences. And so, with that being said, the devotional for January 2023 is called Deeply Rooted. It's a devotional written by Haley Mullins. She is a lady from Indiana. She says she's got a large family and a pile of books, and she's happiest when talking with friends over coffee about Jesus and the latest random facts she learned from a podcast. So, Haley, I can tell you that if you and I ever got together, it would definitely be over coffee and chatting a bit about Jesus. Um, but I can see from your devotional that it's not just something you talk about, it's something that you live. And this word rooted has been on my mind for a while. So if any of you do the word of the year, or WOTY, if you wondered what my title was all about, you would know that this is something that Dayspring kind of brings out yearly, as you can do this quiz to find your word of the year. A lot of people find their words other than using the Dayspring website, and that's great, however you go about it. But bottom line is, I have been really thinking about this, and thinking about specifically how weeds are definitely not rooted securely. And in that way, they get kind of pulled out the ground and pulled out of their foundation really easily. And I've been reflecting on this word rooted for a while, like I said. And then when I did the little Dayspring quiz, it did end up being my word of the year, but I had known that it would be my word of the year for 2023 even before then, because of the challenges that I know 2023 holds for me. And they're opportunities. They are wonderful opportunities, these challenges. But if my roots are not firmly planted, I know that these challenges have the potential to uproot me. So I do not want to be uprooted. I want to be firmly, firmly rooted in and grounded in the love of Christ. And then that brings us to this fantastic verse in Ephesians, verses in Ephesians 3, verse 16 to 19, where it says, "Thus, according to the riches of his glory, he may grant you to be strengthened with power through his Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you, being rooted and grounded in love, may have strength to comprehend with all the saints what is the breadth and length and height and depth, and to know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God." Honestly, can there be a better prayer, hope, cling to verse for 2023? And so I'm setting up my journal, or my faith planner, as I called it last year, for 2023 in my Archer and Olive, new Archer and Olive, and I think this is the Amy Tangerine one. It's also a craft dot journal. I love the craft paper. I just love the contrast in it. And then I love the fact that it has dots. So there's that. And I'm using up in 2023, I'm using up all of the goodies. So I did pull out some washi from some previous Creative Retreat kits. I went through my alpha stickers from my previous Creative Retreat kits, the physical ones. I'm not hoarding. I am using up in 2023. And so I use these round kind of alphas to just spell out Faith Planner 2023. And then I did short one T, I think, and I just changed an I to a T. So don't, because you don't have a specific letter, give up. There's always a way. There is a creative, always a way. I did cut out my Faithful Digitals with my brother Scan and Cut, and I think they came out so beautifully and dainty that I'm quite excited to using them, but they did require some gentle handling with the fine cut that I did on these. I did not cut them with a border like I usually do, so they are really fine and delicate. And then I got stuck because I so wanted to use all of it. I mean, here's my word. My word of the year is in a devotional, and I just wanted to use the whole lot. So I got a bit overwhelmed, and in the end went for very simplistic, because given this verse, there's so little that can be added to that. I'm so thankful that God has decided to include us in his plan, that when we are rooted and grounded in who he is and what he has planned for us and his love, nothing can get us uprooted or get us out of that will of God except ourselves. Whew, that speaks to me deeply. So I need to remain rooted and grounded in God's love. I'm using a Pintor. This is a Pilot product, Pintor paint pen. So it's very much similar to the Posca pens, and even I would go so far as to say the acrylograph, especially because we can't get the acrylograph as readily available here in South Africa. So I'm using this Pintor paint pen. The gold, silver, black and white come in a size extra fine, which is fantastic. It's 07, and it's got this beautiful gold, and I'm just adding some of those kind of drawy leaves in the background. I did decide to outline my alpha stickers. They just popped a bit more when I did, and I used this magenta kind of color from the Faber-Castell range. Again, what I love about the Faber-Castell range is that they kind of have the same color names and numbers throughout their ranges. So whether you use an Albrecht Dürer watercolor marker or a Goldfarber pencil or a Pitt pen, they all have the same kind of name and number. So I just wrote here that it is also my word of the year, and then had to use a bit more stuff because these beautiful printables, Faithful Digitals, just have got everything that you can need to do multiple entries. And so I did use that rooted circle, and then pretty much that is the bulk of the page. I think, yes, I'm going to pull out an old stamp set that I have, a really old stamp set that I have. I don't know, I can't remember where it's from. I just liked this scripty kind of lettering, and I'm just inking them up with the Faber-Castell ink that I know matches the rest of the colors that I've decided to use in this layout. And so I'm inking them up with that and then stamping out 2023. And I also am going to use that ampersand to connect the word rooted and grounded in God's love. So just stamping that out as well. I do, because I haven't used these stamps, or the numbers at least. I did stamp them off first just to make sure that the pen sticks to it because it's been used. And then scribbled onto a non-stick surface and picked it up with a fan brush full of water and just did some splatters, because splatters fixes everything. And I'm super chuffed in the end. I really do love this printable with these colors, and I'm super excited about this year and this word. I can't wait to jump into my reflection questions because I know it's going to be so for me. So stay tuned for that, and thank you again for joining me. See you soon. Bye-bye.